Sabah everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I have the honor to do the unboxing and initial impressions of the Moto Z Droid Edition. This is a Verizon exclusive currently till it becomes available for everybody, but it's basically the best implementation of modularity on a device currently. This is definitely a much better implementation than what we've seen earlier in the LG G5. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check out the Moto Z Droid Edition by Verizon. Thank you very much for allowing me to review this device. Here we have both boxes, the Moto Z Droid Edition, as well as one of the modular options. This is the Sound Boost by JBL. We're going to get a chance to check this out, but first, let's go ahead and unbox and set up our device. The box is very nice. It is a Lenovo company. As we know, Motorola got bought out. The Droid Edition here, and as far as information on the back, let's go ahead and zoom in. Pretty much it says, package containing Moto Z Droid Edition. It's a 4G LTE SIM. It is pre-installed by Verizon. Wall USB Type-C 15-watt fast charger. So this is a proprietary charger here. A quick reference guide, a product safety, warranty brochure, and then just some more information here on the device. We have the IMEI and everything else here as a label. We'll get a chance to check the device. Let's go ahead and open it up. Take out the box. We'll put this containing here. Nothing else. And here we are, the Moto Z Droid Edition right there, centered. Let's go ahead and take it out of here. And I'll put this aside. Wow. I mean, wow. This device is thin. There's two versions of this, as you know. There's the Moto Z Droid Edition and there's Moto Z Force. The Force is bigger, as well as has a bigger battery. This has 2600 milliamp battery, which is the difference in the devices. Both of them are running the Snapdragon 820. This is running a Quad HD display, which is one of the other things that's very nice. A 5 megapixel front-facing shooter, a 13 megapixel back-facing shooter, which is a little bit different than what the Force Edition is. But this is where the magic happens with modularity. We'll be able to connect things and change things on the device using these pins, as well as the magnetic connections that we have here. We have a microphone on the back, the camera, dual LED tone flash here. Of course, 13 megapixel back-facing shooter. This is the Moto Z Droid Edition, not the Z Force. Of course, we have the volume up or down. Here, the rockers on the right side. The fingerprint sensor is at the bottom and USB Type-C connection. The fingerprint sensor, as you notice here, is a square. So you just have to be understanding that this is not a button. This is just a fingerprint sensor. It does not work as a button for us right now. Let's go ahead and peel it off. And yes, that's satisfying sound. And then again, we have the front-facing camera, and we do have a flash, it seems like, at the front side. On the left side, we have nothing. Everything is basically clean on this side, and you can see the device is barely there. On the right side, all we have is the volume rockers up and down and the power button. On the bottom, all we have is a USB Type-C, and as you guys noticed by now, and I'll show you guys at the top, we don't have a headphone jack, and that's because this is one of the new things. They removed the headphone jack, and that's how one of the things they can do actually to be able to achieve this thinness of a device. The headphone jack architecture requires it to have a certain thickness, and this is no longer there. So if you definitely want a thin device, the Z Droid Edition is your device because it is extremely thin. I'm trying to just show you guys how thick this thing is, and it's hard to show it. It's very, very thin. Again, looking down on the back, everything else looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and power it on for the first time. I'll give it a second. And it's starting up, and we'll keep checking what's in the box. Take out here. We do have one of the back plates. This is again one of the magnetic back plates. It is a new one. It says remove your style shell. Let's go ahead and remove this one. Oh, this one has a very nice sound. Let's go ahead and do that. Very, very nice. We'll notice there's one little pin here, and I think this is to center it. Installation is very simple. You put it on. It is on. It's pretty much, it feels like it's part of the device, and you can see it barely adds any thickness to it, but it does make it more uniform, and the camera hump goes away once you add the case. So you'll notice here there's no more hump. Removing it, it should be pretty simple, and here we are. You'll notice here, here's the hump. That's one thing, but the moment you put the case on it, very, very nice. It loses it, and the phone stays very, very thin. So the device is booted up. We'll go ahead and just real quick finish up what's left in the box. We have some... Yep, the guide as they told us. And here is the proprietary charger. So this is the 15-watt charger. This is a Turbo Power 15. It is a USB Type-C, as you see here, but unfortunately it is not a separate piece. So we do not get a USB Type-C A to USB Type-C connector with this. So you're definitely going to have to be carrying this with you if you want fast charging. Otherwise, you're going to get conventional charging on this unit. And we'll get a chance to test it out once we have set up everything. And of course, last but not least, is the USB Type-C to 3.5mm headphone jack. And this is required now to be able to listen to music on this device, as you do not have a way of connecting a 3.5mm headphone jack. You'll be able to basically connect it at the bottom here. And for all intents and purposes, here's your new headphone jack. If you don't use this and you're using Bluetooth headphones, then this is pretty much going to stay in the box and never be used. I will test it out just to make sure how it works, and they do give us a little clip here to be able to keep cable management. But other than that, the last thing we have in the box is, if I'm not mistaken, the SIM removal tool. And it is a nice SIM removal tool because it also comes with a little hook so you can put this on your keychain and carry it with you. So my normal devices that I usually get from Verizon are pre-configured. You can notice right away that we have the 4G LTE connection. I'm just going to say US English. So now it's checking, it says got another device, blah, blah. I'm just going to say no. I like to set them up as new devices. As these are test devices, I don't actually get to keep these devices, unfortunately. Went ahead and put out our credentials that I want to experience. Location accuracy, we'll say yes. Give it a second to finish up. So the device is trying to basically do a restore from one of my devices. I'm just going to say don't restore. As you notice, it does have multiple devices. I'm just going to skip this one. I'm just going to say don't restore at this point. And then do I want to set up the fingerprint scanner? Let's go ahead and say yes. We'll go next. Unlock with the fingerprint, say yes. Set up, yes. We're going to use a pin. We're going to say show all notifications. At this point, this is where we're going to start programming our fingerprint. And we are done. I'm not going to add another fingerprint at this point. I'm just going to keep it the way it is right now. We'll go next. And this is share your contact messages. We're going to say skip at this point. Setup wizard, no, not now. Don't want to do cloud counts, skip. AOL, done. Keep me up to date. Actually, let's just, don't worry about that. We'll just accept. And here we are at the home screen. It says welcome, wallpapers, widget and settings. We'll click OK. We have the iconic Motorola, I guess, clock widget that updates itself. It has the time connection here. Protect your device. This is just Verizon's options. We're going to disable Wi-Fi for now just to kind of focus on what we have. And here we have the launcher. It's the default launcher that's built into the system. Pressing and holding the fingerprint sensor will put the device to sleep, and it gives you that peak version the way we have it here. If I press and hold it again, I unlock the device. Going into the app drawer, we'll go home. Pressing and holding the app drawer does take us into the search option here, and let's go direct quick. As far as the settings, nothing really new here. We have the information, airplane, Wi-Fi, data connection, more, display, sound, apps, battery, motor mods. These are the additional mods that you can actually start using. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in and install that one. But I wanted to show you guys real quick the specs on this. Now this is running the Snapdragon 820. This is a 5.5-inch display running a Quad HD resolution, so about 534 ppi, 535. It is an AMOLED display, which means you're going to get really good contrast, and as you guys saw, we have Android 6.0.1 on this device. So very, very nice. 2600 milliamp battery on this unit, and you can actually extend this by adding other battery cases or other things, other mods that do have built-in batteries. So let's go ahead and switch over to the JBL Sound Boost speaker, and this is going to be a real quick test of that one. Here's the Sound Boost speaker made by JBL. It is one of the official moto mods. They announced this at the same time as the device. We'll go ahead and open it up. One of the main benefits of this that it has up to 10 hours of additional playback music for it because it has a built-in battery, integrated kickstand, high quality JBL audio, listen in a snap, no pairing required. As this isn't connected via Bluetooth, it's going to connect right away the moment you connect it to your device. We'll put that box away. Instruction manual is not really needed. And here we are, the JBL Sound Boost. Again, just plastic. We'll go ahead and open it up. And right out of the box, you notice here that there's a connector here. This is what you'll be able to use to charge it. The kickstand is present right there. You're able to put it in, and it works quite well. There is a little bit of a nub here, but mostly this is where it's going to interface with the device. As long as this connects to the Moto Z, we'll be able to use it right away. And here's our Moto Z. I'll go ahead and just remove the backing. This is just the existing case, and just be aware that you cannot have a back case to it or a back plate at the same time. And it's clean on both ends. And you notice it does that sound that says JBL Sound Boost. Now you can pop it out and kickstand and start listening to music. So it's connected. The battery is at 55%. It gives me the indicator here, JBL connected. Software update. We can check that. Let's see, is there any update? Nope, my motor mod is up to date. So there is also updates for that. Let's go ahead and go back into YouTube. And we'll just do a search for NCS. We'll play something just to be able to play some music. And we'll go to the channel. We'll see the latest video. Again, I'm running on the so it's running in full screen now, and this is how you'd use it with the kickstand. Let's go high.
I'm gonna throw my numbers away. Now I feel I'm done. And I'm cursed by every day till my time.
Let's go to something a little bit more dancing. Now, the speaker's not facing me, but... So it goes without saying that it actually is very, very nice. It's going to take me some time to get used to not thinking of this as a home button. This is very frustrating a little bit right now, as I'm used to with almost every single fingerprint sensor that I've had on other devices, that it always has that. Let's go ahead and check out the camera real quick. I just want to kind of give you guys an experience of that. Click next. I am going to remove the motor mod, just to be able to kind of handle it a little bit better. And the interface is very simple. We have the shutter button. We have the replacement here. How you guys doing? And we'll go back. And then as far as experience here, we have shutter sound. We'll go ahead and turn that off right now. I don't need that. Phone storage, of course. Quick capture, save location, photo size. It does go, the back one is the highest resolution, 13 megapixel, but by default it goes to the 16:9. And you're able to keep it that way or change. Shutter type, of course, shutter button. Video size, 1080p, 30 frames a second. You can go up to 4K at 30 frames a second or 1080p at 60 frames, which is very nice. And of course, slow motion size for the rear camera, you're able to customize that once you get out of it, going down to 720p. And then of course, tutorial. Nothing major as far as the camera experience. We do have HDR options here, and then we also have a timer. And then of course, you're able to take some pictures here. It's actually pretty quick. And then swiping from the right, oops, gives us access to the pictures. The initial impression of this device, very, very nice. Very thin, very, very, very powerful. We're running the latest specs as far as device. We're running a Snapdragon 820. The device is extremely thin. You can barely see it. It has 4 gigs of RAM built in, 32 gigs of internal storage. You can expand the storage with the microSD expansion slot where the SIM card is. That's something that is very nice. We're seeing this more and more back as a standard now. We no longer see devices coming out with non-expandable memory. The missing headphone jack is something to be getting used to, and I will see how that works for me. But mostly the actual fingerprint sensor that doesn't work as a home button is a little bit frustrating. It does have other functions, so you do have the ability of pressing and holding and unlocking the device. Press and hold again, it'll put the device to sleep, so let me show you here. So it does actually function as other things, so I'm hoping there's other options that'll be available soon that we can actually use these and get more benefit out of it. The always-on display, which is more of a traditional Motorola device type of display, is this sneak. You're able to pick up your device and see what information you have. We've seen this in Lollipop, we've seen this in Marshmallow. This is nothing really new, but it's kind of a key feature that Motorola has on their devices. Very excited about this. I'm also very excited about the JBL Sound Boost. This is very, very nice because not only does it have that massive boom sound, it's dual stereo speakers in the back, it also has a kickstand that gives you the ability to join content at a very nice experience sound. That's something that you normally don't get out of a device. Most manufacturers focus mostly on giving you just basically loud single firing speaker, and with this moto mod, it truly makes this device a modular device. I'm going to test this out, obviously get the full benefit of the Verizon network. I want to check out how fast I'm able to connect to the networks, download, multitasking. Having a big real estate screen gives me much better experience on this, and that's why I like bigger devices. So 5.5 is about that sweet spot. And again, some things to get used to, some things to experience and have fun with. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of this device. If you've picked it up, or if you're thinking about picking it up, or are you just waiting for the international GSM version that's going to be released later on. Currently, this is a Verizon exclusive, so if you'd like to pick it up, I'll give you guys a link in the description below. Again, this is the Moto Z Droid Edition by Verizon. Thank you, Verizon, for allowing me to review this device. This is TK. I'll see you guys in the next one. Initial thing, it says let's get started. It says swipe left for widgets, so we'll go ahead and swipe to the left. Front facing camera, fingerprint sensor is at the bottom, and again, this isn't a button, it's